Ops Mel Show is hot.
Stray?
We got some stuff we're gonna talk about. Figure we'd try something new.
Yeah, a little random stuff here and there. Just
I got some stuff. We jotted down some stuff, but I think first thing we wanted to cover was the world lost Brad Arnold from Three Doors
Three
Down.
Doors Down, yep.
40 looks like he's 47 years old. That was on February 7th.
Yeah, when he passed away. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he'd been fighting what was it? Liver cancer. Kidney cancer.
Yeah, kidney
cancer. I guess he'd been dealing with that for a while then, and
well, I don't know if it's a real long time. I think he announced it. I'm thinking it might have been the springtime.
Oh, well, I was thinking it was a little bit longer. I thought, well, maybe I'm getting that confused with somebody else that had some stuff on. But yeah, I mean, but he had a pretty positive outlook on things,
Yeah.
and I know he was a religious man, and I guess he just pretty much accepted his fate and knew what was coming and lived life till it ended, and didn't let it get him down any. So
yeah,
pretty interesting. A lot of people don't look at it that way, so it's kind of nice to see somebody that can basically battle it on head first and like a warrior.
Well, and I was telling Heather when we first started dating, they were big.
Mm-hmm.
They were already headlining, because we went and seen them. I wrote down here we went and seen them 2004 at January 17th at Roanoke. And to tell you how long ago it's been, that's the first time I saw Shinedown. Shinedown they had Leave a Whisper out, and they had bumped Tantric. They moved up on the bill because they were doing so good on the radio because 45 was out then.
Oh yeah,
and I remember Brad coming up and singing 45 with Shinedown guys.
Oh yeah.
So that was my cool, and just me and Heather have a lot of memories because we listened to a lot of Three Doors Down. It was one of the bands that both me and her liked. Mm-hmm. So we was dating, they got played a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, we went and seen them. But I remember, gosh, I was thinking about something last night when I was talking about this, was when they first come out with Kryptonite, I could not remember the name of the band.
No.
I was all the time asking Love. He's like, 3 doors down, hop. He's like, just think you're here in the living room. It's 3rd door down from the living room. Because he'd always have to tell me. I don't know why I couldn't remember their name.
Yeah, I get like that on some bands and certain things. It's just like, I have a hard time. But, I never disliked them. I was just one of those bands that, Kryptonite, I really liked Kryptonite.
Loser was really good.
Loser, I really liked that track. I think I bought that album. And then I just kind of it kind of fizzled out on me or something. I don't know. I never really, if they had something come on the radio, I listened to it. It wasn't like, I hated them or anything, but it's just one of those bands that just never really jumped into head first over anything. It was kind of just a band that when they played them, I listened to it. And if somebody was, playing it at a, local club or whatever, we're checking out some local act or whatever, and they played it, because that Kryptonite was a pretty popular song. So, a lot of people played that, and at the clubs and whatnot, but, it was always a good song. But
it always got sang a lot. Like, I remember Stace Shoemaker sang a lot of, seems like he might have sang some of their stuff, like Here Without You. And they got played a lot at karaoke.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because they were just a real rock and roll band. And then I remember, I guess the first time I went to see them, because I went to this place and looked up all these old shows. First time I saw Three Doors Down was August 20th, 2000. They opened for Creed. I went with Derek and Lisa.
Well, I thought when we were talking about, asked me if I had any stories, and I was talking to Lane about it. I was like, shit, I never had any. I never went and seen them anywhere, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that you'd went with Derek somewhere to see them, but I couldn't remember who it was that they played for.
And Lisa got we got pulled over coming home. Her radar detector went off, and as soon as it did, I remember she locked up the brakes, and that's when the cop blew lights going. I don't know how fast she was going. She was probably doing 90, 100 miles an hour.
Man, that sucks.
She was getting it up the interstate.
She lost it right after that too.
Yep. And they fried the scanner.
Yep, I think they'll take it, and
I think they might have dropped it down a little bit, but that scanner never worked after that.
Yeah. I don't know what they do to it, but they do something to fries it and it don't work again. But they're nice. They give it back to you after they fried, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
So, but me, you know, and Derek messaged, you know, Danny was talking about him and talking about Brad, and I said, you know, I saw them first time I saw them, I was blown away how good they were. They had just released Loser when I saw them, and Derek actually commented. He said that me and him both said that's probably one of the best shows we've ever been to, because Creed was. I mean, they were fired on all cylinders anyway.
That was back in their,
yeah,
you know, shit. They were couldn't get no better than them. I mean, I was never, you know, that huge into them, but they were very, very, very popular.
Yeah, they were the Nickelback of that era.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
there was a lot of women that had.
Oh yeah,
We'll just say
Scott Stapp.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for Scott for the women. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. We'll just keep it PG here.
Yeah. But yeah, he will be missed. And I did hear Dale Jr. talking about they got to work with him a little bit, like him and Tony, because that was during all that era.
Mm-hmm.
And he said I think they even had a car. They were there at some of the races.
Yeah, now that you say that, yeah, I think that's right. I remember back then.
I think he was in a video, mate. Dale Jr. might have been in a Three Doors Down video.
He
too.
might have been. And didn't they have a couple track, or at least one track on some video game? I want to say they had. I don't know if it was like Kryptonite. I don't know if it was that. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting confused with somebody else. But there's been so many different video games that they add stuff into that shit I don't remember. But it just seems like I remember that they had a song on something.
And then Dale Jr. also said there was one time he had a party at his house. It's like, you know, when Budweiser was their sponsor and all this stuff. And he said Brad had come down and hung out with and partied with them. He said, we were downstairs boxing. We had gloves on boxing. And he said, you know, to tell you how down to earth boy Brad was, you know, he wasn't too good. He had to get in the ring. So he put on his boxing gloves, said nose bleeding and everything.
Oh, wow.
But he's like, you know, that's just how cool he was. He wanted to be treated normal.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be treated like a rock star.
Yeah. Well, I remember while we was talking about doing some of this, I watched a video today, and it was talking about Chris. I don't know what he does in the band, but he was one of the band members. And he was talking about like just what a great guy he was, that never let the industry never changed him.
Yeah.
and how he was, and he was always, you know, friendly, outgoing, and just loved life, and just, you know, 100% awesome guy, and just, you know, never really let the industry take a hold of him and ruin him, basically, because that happens a lot. But yeah, it's just kind of cool that, you know, there's still, you know, there's still a few people out there, but yeah, a lot of times, man, some of these bands, they get up there and it's like you catch them like early on, you get to meet them, and, you know, they're cool as shit, and then you meet them like years later, and it's just like, man, he's a straight up asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
he's a dumbass anymore. But that's the same thing. Like a lot of interviews I heard, you know. Yeah, you want to wrap this one up with that?
Been a little long.
Y'all got anything you want us to ramble about? You know, or to do some. We can do some research on it.
Mm-hmm.
Leave down in the comment section, or hit us up. You know, kind of like Fred and John and Tony and all them.
Yep.
I mean, and we got friends, you know, local friends that hit us up. You know, so
absolutely.
If y'all got any ideas or want us to look up anything, check anything out, just leave down in the comment section. So we're gonna roll on out of here. I guess till next time, y'all stay safe, stay strong.
Peace.
See ya.